Hey there, sleepy students. Library's back open, and today we're going to be reading the story Carmine, A Little More Red by Melissa Sweet. Are you ready? Let's go. Carmine, A Little More Red by Melissa Sweet. Alphabet. Carmine had a beloved granny who taught her how to read by making alphabet soup. Granny spooned the letters to form a word, and before long, Carmine was reading the whole bowl. Whenever Granny makes a pot of alphabet soup, she invites Carmine to lunch. Ring, ring, Carmine, your granny's on the phone. Beware. On this day, as always, Granny told Carmine it was important to stay on the path and beware of dangers along the way. Hi, Gram. Great. Alphabet soup? Yum. My favorite. Can't wait to see you too. You heard a wolf howl last night? I'll be careful. Nah, I won't stop along the way. Right, I'm riding my bike and I'll watch for potholes. Okay, be there soon. Bye. Clutter. Carmine rummaged through her clutter and gathered up her pencils, paper, and paint, and anything else she might need along the way to Granny's. Okay, boy, let's go. Dilly-dally. Some people dilly-dally once in a while, but Carmine made a habit of it. Carmine's mother reminded her to go directly there, please. No dawdling. Don't dilly-dally, your granny will be waiting. Bye. Okay, bye. Carmine and Rufus took off through the woods. They rode up and down the hillsides until they came to the edge of a field. There were some big tracks along the path. Rufus kept sniffing the air. Still, Carmine thought this looked like a safe enough place just to stop and rest. Exquisite. It was a clear morning. The light was exquisite. Carmine began making a picture for Granny. Farther. She started filling her painting with color. It may seem far-fetched to think that any painting can be improved by adding a little more red, but Carmine believes it to be true. The poppies in the distance caught her eye, and she wandered farther to get a better look. Green. Walking along, carrying her easel, Carmine noticed how the sunlight flickered on the tall green grass, the ferns and flowers. She made sketches in her notebook. Granny would love this painting best of all. Haiku. Thinking of Granny, Carmine wrote a haiku. My granny is plump. Her soup will make you want more. The secret is bones. Indeed. Meanwhile, Rufus noticed an odd scent in the air. Indeed, he knew a wolf when he smelled one. Joke. Rufus was nervous at the thought of a wolf nearby. It is no joke that a wolf could eat a dog in the blink of an eye. Typically, wolves eat mice and other small creatures. Knoll. By now, Carmine was far away on a knoll. She could see Granny's house and even Granny's sheep way in the distance, and she could still see Rufus, but just barely, lurking. Most wolves practice the fine art of lurking. Growl. Mimic. A mockingbird landed above Carmine's head. Mockingbirds are famous for their ability to mimic sounds of all kinds. This one was snarling and growling and licking its chops. It even howled. Growl. Ow! Nincompoop. Everyone knows that it isn't very nice to call a person, or even a bird, a nincompoop. But sometimes Carmine couldn't help herself. Growl, growl, ow! Pipe down, you nincompoop! Omen. The mockingbird reminded Carmen that her granny had heard a wolf howl just last night. She wondered if this bird was a sign of trouble. A bad omen. Pluck. Anyone else might have gotten the heebie-jeebies from a bird making sounds like that, but Carmine had a good deal of pluck. She rolled up her sleeves and went back to painting. Quiver. A rustling noise in the bushes made Rufus quiver. Reckoned. Rufus reckoned this was a full-fledged wolf in front of him. He could tell by the large eyes, big ears, and long nose and teeth. Bark, 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 bark. You're going where? To Granny's? And your friend too? Woof, grrr, ruff. It's where the little white house over the hill and through the field. Granny has a flock of sheep. Bark, bark. She's plump. Her. Really? Granny makes the best soup you ever ate? Ooh, she makes it with bones. Perfect. A meal for me and my pups too. Surreal. Rufus began to bark, and the wolf knew exactly what he was saying. Surreal as it may seem, dogs are descendants of wolves, and it made sense that the wolf could understand his language. It took the wolf just a little while to get to Granny's house. Trouble. As soon as Granny spotted the wolf outside, she grabbed the key to lock the door. She didn't want any trouble, but it was too late. Look at the size of those bones. Whoop! Granny screamed at the top of her lungs. Doors slammed and pots clattered. Granny saw her kitchen turned upside down. Then it went quiet. Usually the neighbors are home and would have heard Granny's cry for help, and usually a woodcutter is around, but on this day, he was deep in the woods, felling trees for a treehouse. Deep in the woods, no wolf can climb a tree. We'll need a little piggy ladder. We could add straw, sticks, bricks. The siding is up to you. Voila! Voila! Carmine had just exclaimed as she finished her painting. It was at that very moment she heard the cry, wolf! Voila! It means there you are, there you have it in French. Worry. When she heard the cry, she was filled with worry. Carmine raced to Granny's as fast as she could. Hang on, Rufus. X-ray. No one really has X-ray vision except superheroes. Carmine was not a superhero. At the little white house, all she could see of Granny were her glasses flung across the floor. There were tracks and footprints, but no Granny. Oh no, Granny's glasses. Meanwhile, back at his den, the wolf held out an armful of bones. His pups began to yap their heads off. Yep, 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 yep. Pop's home and he's got bone. Meaty bones. Yep, yep, yep. Yodel. When all seemed lost, Carmine and Rufus heard an odd noise, sort of like a yodel. The sound made Rufus berserk. Carmine yanked on the closet door. Yodel-a-hee-hoo, yoo-hoo, yodel. One day you head out down the road with no worries. The next moment you think your Granny has been eaten up by a wolf. But just as quickly, voila, here she is, hiding in a closet, yodeling, and everything is okay again. It's zany. Carmine, Rufus, I'm so glad you're safe. The wolf pushed me in the closet. Goodness, it was stuffy in there. I was too scared to come out. Then I was pretty sure I heard you too. Zillion. Granny and Carmine served up the alphabet soup. Rufus ate a bone. The wolf left behind. Granny reminded Carmine that she had been told a zillion times not to dilly-dally in the woods. Carmine said that she would never dawdle again. She gave her Granny the painting she had done, and Granny hung it on the wall with the rest of Carmine's pictures. Brilliant, a masterpiece, your best work yet. I knew you'd like it. Carmine and Rufus zoomed home. They didn't stop once. So that was our story, Carmine, a little more read. And I wonder what would have happened had she just gone straight to Grandma's house. If you loved this book, leave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share with a friend who might enjoy it. And as always, hit that little subscribe button before you leave with the little bell so that you don't miss any future storytime videos. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.